Welcome back, guys, to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about scale degrees. Now, in my opinion, this is the most important thing you're going to learn out of this course. When I learned this in university, it completely changed my perception of music. It just simplified everything, and it just made everything so much easier when it came to listening or studying music. A scale degree is a position of the note relative to the root note. But what does that really mean? Let's say we have a melody in D major, and I want the melody to go D, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, B, A. That's our melody. Let's say we have another melody in G major, and I want the melody to go G, B, A, C, B, E, D. So here are two melodies. They sound the exact same, right? Even though technically they're playing different notes, the shape of the melody is still the same. The intervals between them are still the exact same. So what scale degrees does is it gives us a sequence which simplifies music so we don't really have to rely on a scale anymore. Now there's two types of scale degrees. There's scale degrees for individual notes and there's scale degrees for chords. The notes one is really easy. So let's take a scale of E major. Scale degrees for notes are written out as numbers. Now E is going to be our starting point. It's the root note, it's the tonic, so this is going to be 1. And then it's really easy. As we ascend the scale, we just have to go up a number. So from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we don't really have to refer to 8 because we already have the 1. So let's go back to the melody we started with. It was in D major, right? And we were going like this. Now let's write out this melody in scale degrees instead. We're in the key of D major, so D is 1. And then we go to this F sharp here, and that's 1, 2, 3. And then we go to this E, so that's 2. So 1, 3, 2. And then what did we do? We went to the G, I think. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to F sharp again. So now our sequence for now is 1, 3, 2, 4, 3. And then we go to this B and the A, and that's 6, and the A is 5. And that is now our scale degree sequence. 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 6, 5. And now that we have this sequence of numbers, we can move this melody over to any scale. So let me close my eyes. We'll pick a key, F sharp. We're in F sharp major. So then it's going to be 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 6, 5. We were just talking about scale degrees for major scales, but what about minor scales? It's actually the exact same thing. So let's say we're in the key of D minor. So D is our root note, D is 1, and then we're just going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're at the top. And we can even bring over our melody into the minor scale. So it was 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 6, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 6, 5. That sounds nice. And once again, you can transfer it over into any scale. Scale degrees is great for learning melodies, but it's also really important when you're learning chord names. Later on in the course, I'm going to talk about chord extensions, and you really need to know scale degrees in order to name the chords. So for example, if I wanted to play an F major 7, we start with a basic F major chord, and then the 7 is going to be a scale degree. So starting from F, which is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we play our bass major chord with the 7 on top, and that's our chord. We just went over scale degrees for notes, so now we have to go over scale degrees for chords and chord progressions. Scale degrees for notes were represented as numbers, but the ones for chords are represented as Roman numerals. So let's pick a key. I'm liking A major right now. We're going to start at our root note, and we're going to make a basic triad and see what kind of chord we get, and we're going to ascend the scale, keep making triads, and note all the chords that we're getting. So starting from A, this is our root note. We're going to build a basic triad. So skip one, go to the next one, skip one, go to the next one, and we get A major. So we're going to call this a major 1. And in Roman numerals, it's going to be a capital I. Now let's go to our second note in the scale, which is a B. Skip one, go to the next one, skip one, go to the next one, and we come up with this B minor chord. So this is our minor second. For minor chords, we're going to have the Roman numerals lowercase. So now it's going to be 2 little i's. Let's go to the next note in the scale. We have the C sharp, skip one, go to the next one, skip one, go to the next one. And now we have the C sharp minor. This is going to be our minor 3. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm getting to these notes, it's because I'm skipping within the major scale. So if I'm going from here, skipping one and going to the next one, I'm not thinking about 2 semitones, I'm just thinking about our scale tones. So I'm just skipping this next scale tone, going to the next one. On to the next note, which is going to be D. We're going to skip a scale tone, go to the F sharp, skip a scale tone, go to this A. We have a D major chord, so we are going to have a major 4. So next one is E, skip a scale tone, go here, skip a scale tone, go here. We have this E major chord, and this is going to be our major 5. Next note in the scale, we have this F sharp, skip, go to the A, skip, go to the C sharp. We have this F sharp minor, which means we have a minor 6. And the last note in our scale is this G sharp here. Let's skip a scale tone, go to the B, skip a scale tone, go to this D, and we come up with a diminished chord. Now these diminished chords are labeled as lowercase with a minus behind it. In other theory books you might see a little circle or a minus, just know those are all the same. We're going to talk about diminished chords more later on in the course, don't worry about it right now, you just have to know that it's there. So what we just did was we figured out every single chord possible within A major. And on top of that we tracked whether it's major or minor or diminished. And now we can transfer that knowledge into any other major scale in the piano. Let's do a really popular chord progression in C major. We'll do C major, G major, A minor, F major. Back to C. Now let's convert our chord progression into scale degrees. Our first chord was C major and we're in the key of C major, so we start off with 1. And then the next chord was this G major, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had a 1, 5. Then the next chord is an A minor, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last chord was an F major, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So now our chord progression is 1, 5, 6, 4. And now that we learned our chord was a 1, 5, 6, 4, we can now transfer that over into any key in the piano. Let's close our eyes, pick this one, it is an E flat, so 1, 5, 6, 4. Now let's do this for the minor scale. Let's pick C minor for this one. So starting at C minor, go, skip 1, skip 1. We start off with a minor chord, so it's going to be a lowercase I. Next note in the scale is the D. We skip 1, go to F, skip 1, go to the A flat, and we come up with a diminished chord. So that's going to be 2 lowercase i's with the minus symbol. Next note in the scale is this E flat. We skip 1, go to G, skip 1, go to the B flat, and we have a major third. Next one is F, skip 1, go here, skip 1, go here. We come up with a minor fourth. Next note in the scale is G, skip 1, go to the B flat, skip 1, go to the D, and we come up with a minor 5. Next note is A flat, we skip 1, go to C, skip 1, go to E flat, and this is a major 6. Last note in the scale is this B flat, we skip 1, go to D, skip 1, go to F, and we have a major 7. And we can even bring over that 1, 5, 6, 4 into a minor scale, because if we look at our notes, we already know the quality of the chord. Let's say we're doing it in B minor, then it's going to be minor 1, minor 5, major 6, minor 4. This might have been a lot of information, so go back and watch it again if you're confused. If you guys don't know your major or minor scales yet, it's going to be really hard to get this down, so make sure you guys learn that first. The one you should really focus on and memorize is the scale degrees for the chords and chord progression. So learning which is major, learning which is minor, learning what's diminished, that's going to be really helpful once you get that down. You really have to get this, because this is how I'm going to explain everything in the course from now on. I'm not holding your hand anymore. I'm not going to tell you it goes from D major to G major to A major. It's just going to go 1, 4, 5. But I'm serious, guys. Once you're comfortable with this, it will change your life completely.